So this is a little tutorial about the Amazon Fire TV loaded with XBMC or TVMC. All of the sticks that I have loaded up with TVMC also have Fire Starter installed. So when you turn on your Amazon Fire Stick, you're going to hit the home button, and that will take you to the Fire Starter screen. You may have to browse around a little bit on the Amazon Fire TV and then hit the home button, but it'll eventually bring this up. The next thing you're going to do is go to TVMC. If you've recently, the first batch of Fire Sticks I did not have this TV button, but I've since figured out how to work the IPTV, which gives you access to anywhere between 400 and 2,000 channels. This one's got 1,971 channels, of which I'd say probably about a third of them work. A lot of them are foreign language, but there's tons of content on here. You can find just about anything you want. And then if I go into videos, into add-ons, I've been loading Howard Stern, so you can listen to archived episodes of Howard Stern. They're usually only a day old. Dexter TV, that's probably the next best for watching live TV. You can watch live sports, news, live TV, movies, whatever. But that's one of the best ones out there right now. Prime Wire, Genesis, C Cloud, Navi's a great one, and Pro Sports as well. Phoenix, everything on here is, there's a lot of content. US TV Now, if you go and online to US TV Now, it's set up for GIs around the world to watch live TV. You can set up a free account. It'll give you the basic channels in HD for free. So you do that on a computer, and then when you go into US TV Now, you actually have to sign into your account. It actually tells you how to do it right here. I'm going to get back out of that, but that's another way to get a lot of live channels. Salts has a lot of movies. Velocity is a new one I haven't played around with a lot yet, but that's coming loaded on there now as well. And don't be afraid to explore other stuff like the Turks. You may not think there's anything in there that you'll want, but there's a lot of content in all of these different apps. And then if you are adventurous, if your TV ever shuts down or the channels aren't working, if you go into System and into Settings, we go into the Live TV, we can do something, we can reset this PVR database. So if you go into General, you move down to Reset PVR Database, you hit OK. You sure you want to erase it? Yep. So it's erasing all those 2,000 channels. I'm going to reset it again, and that will bring up this No PVR add-on enabled. Hit OK. And then you're going to go up to PVR IPTV Simple Client. What we did was we just disabled that, but we're going to change where we're getting our channels from. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to go up into Configure. And what we want to do is, if you see this M3U playlist list URL, we're pulling all of our channels out of a database that's updated by this guy's One Tech Genius. So if I click on that, if you want to try a different batch of channels, all you have to do is change that number 5 right there to anything from 1 through 16. Channel 1, if you do 1, I found it was a lot of Spanish channels. I've played around with a bunch of them. I can't remember, but it changes, but one of them was mostly English channels. But I have this as 5, but that should actually be 4. So I'm going to backspace there and change that to 4. And like I said, you can change it to 1 through 16. You hit Done. Go down and hit OK. And then you have to enable this app. So we're going to hit OK. And then you're going to back out of that. And then what you have to do is you have to come up to this Enabled tab on the General on the left, Enabled. disable it, enable it. You're going to hit OK. You're going to come back to this simple client, hit OK again, enable it again, and now you'll see 7,750 channels are loading. I think about 2,000 will end up coming. So we're going to have to wait a minute for this to happen. And then you just back out. If you go back to TV, all those channels will be there. But you can see up at the top here, all those channels are loading. That's going to take a little while. But you would just back on out of here afterwards, and you're all set. So you can play around with that number and change the numbers from anywhere between 1 and 16, and you'll get a whole bunch of different channels.